live. All right, y'all, please excuse moi. I had to I had to restart my computer. So hopefully everything will be fine. Shout out to each and every one of you. Hey to everyone who's tuned up in the building with your girl. Thank you guys in advance for the thumbs up, okay, for the likes. And don't forget, if you want to have a question or anything, y'all, make sure you put it inside of the chat, okay? Shout out to each and every one of you. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into the Siren Speak Show with your girl, Siren. All right, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about we're going to be all up and through your house, okay? We're going to tap into every room and we're going to talk about what it is that you guys need to understand when it comes to your house. So I asked the question, okay, do you consider your house high or low vibrational, right? How do you know if your house is high or low vibrational? That's one thing we want to know, right? How do I know if my house is high or low vibrational? You can pretty much take a look at your life. How happy is your work life? How happy is your love life? How happy is your family life? Your house tells you all of that, okay? So when it comes to these different aspects of your life, you guys, even when it comes to outside family, so how would your house tell you if your love life is good? How would your house tell you if your family life is good? How would your house tell you if your work life is good? Okay, there are different areas within your home that represents these areas of your life. Okay, so for example, look at your bedroom. Your bedroom will determine what your love life is like, okay? Even if you're single, whether you're single or if you're married, if you're single, more than likely you have everything in your bedroom that belongs to you. Okay? Not one drawer belongs to anybody else. Everything in that bedroom belongs to you. All right? So automatically we know this person is single. This is not a shared space, right? And if you're married or if you're, shacking up, okay, then we know that, you have a significant other. So what is the relationship like between you and your significant other, according to your bedroom? Is the space shared? Do you have like so many dresser drawers over here for him and then the same amount on the opposite side for you? Or are all of the dresser drawers for you and he got like one or two tucked in aside? When you look inside of the closet space, is it divided evenly amongst the two of you? Or do you have all the closet space and he got a little corner right here? You can tell a lot about your relationship by walking in your room and taking a deep look at your bedroom, okay? Or you can tell a lot about your love life by walking into your bedroom and looking really deep in your room or at your room. And we're going to talk about certain changes that you can make, you guys, so that you can bring about a higher vibration when it comes to these areas of your life. So, when it comes to your bedroom, you definitely want to, and this is when you want to work on your love life or, whatever your love life is, whether you are single or whether you are married or dating, okay, it doesn't matter. There are things that you can do in your bedroom or to your bedroom to bring about some higher frequencies in this area of your life. So, when you walk into your bedroom, you guys, you definitely don't want clutter, okay? If you have a laundry room, it will be preferred that you keep dirty clothes, okay? Typically we have like a laundry basket or dirty clothes basket. You kind of like don't want to keep that in a room, but I, Siren, do have a dirty clothes basket in my room because it is easier for my husband to drop his clothes in the dirty clothes basket. But when I was single, I always kept my dirty clothes basket in the laundry room. That's where I preferred my dirty clothes to be. Why? Because I personally feel like the laundry room, the energies in the laundry room is built to turn dirty into clean. That's what the laundry room is for. But when you have dirty clothes inside of your bedroom, that is an energy of just love, that is the energy of partnerships and things of that nature. So you're sharing their dirty laundry, whatever it is that's going on in their life, the dirt that is connected to them. It doesn't mean that it's bad or they're a bad person. It means we all have dirt, right? whatever it is, you guys are now sharing that energy between each other by keeping your dirty clothes inside of the bedroom. So preferably, just to keep a higher vibration in the bedroom, you may want to take those dirty clothes and put them in your laundry room, or keep them in your laundry room. Okay. Dirty clothes in a bedroom is a sign of issues within the relationship. Okay, just issues either within the marriage or unresolved is what I want to say. Unresolved issues. It can be maybe something that you guys are holding on to from the past, something that happened when y'all first met. You haven't forgiven him for that. You think about it from time to time. You may not say nothing, but you think about it from time to time, and it may affect, the way you are towards him from time to time, or her, however it is. You guys know you can interchange the sexes as I speak. Okay. So yeah, you want to, see if you can incorporate ways to remove the dirty laundry out of the bedroom. If you are someone who maybe you live in an apartment, or maybe you don't have a laundry room, perhaps you can incorporate that laundry basket in a linen closet. Okay. Perhaps in the, how you have when you walk in, you have a linen closet right there. Typically, that's a great space for you to put your dirty laundry, you guys, until you are able to clean it, but keeping it in the bedroom, because when it comes to energy, we're looking at energy. Everything is energy. When it comes to energy, you guys, dirty clothes represent that means you've been outside all day. You've come in contact with all type of people, okay? And now at the end of the day, you've come home, you've cleansed your body, but you have this energy connected to your clothing that is lingering. And sometimes that energy can affect the relationship. Perhaps you guys wanted to have a nice, sexy, romantic night, and all of a sudden it's just like thrown off by a small little argument or a phone call that comes out of nowhere, or, anything. Anything low vibrational can disrupt the intimacy in the connection. Okay. And if you are single, the last thing you want to do, I will hope you ain't bringing no boo thing to your house in a room with dirty clothes. Okay. No, you ain't showing him your dirty panties, honey. No. Okay. So all my single ladies, put them clothes up. Okay. Put them in a basket, and keep that basket in like a closet, a linen closet, or your coat closet by the front door. Just don't have that type of energy lingering right around your bedroom, in your bedroom, for your sake, whether you have somebody coming over or not. Okay, because when you're single, you want to get in a relationship. You want a man or a woman, you want to be boot up. You know what I'm saying? So of course you want to keep that energy good in your bedroom so that you can allow yourself to experience, okay, those type of connections, right? Hey, Crystal in the building. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Crystal. Hey, y'all. Hey to everybody who's tuned up in too. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to your girl Siren. Tonight, we are talking about you and your house. We finna go all up and through your house, y'all. We finna walk through every aspect of your house, your living room, your bedroom, your bathroom, your closet, your garage, your kitchen, everything. And we're going to talk about it. Okay. So you guys, when it comes to that bedroom, the energies that you want to get out of there, one is dirty clothes. Okay. Two is, any pictures. When you have pictures up in your bedroom, let's say you had an ex or something, that's something you don't want in your house, period, you guys. Now, I found myself doing that, even though I'm married and I was with my husband, I had pictures of my exes, because I have like a big old thing of pictures. I get that from my mama. Okay. I have a big old trunk full of pictures throughout my life. For those of you who watch my vlogs, when I have to show y'all pictures and go back in time, I had those, but I had to get rid of those. I had to get rid of any pictures of my exes, and things of that nature, because I was bringing that energy from house to house. Now, when you have anything of your ex, you guys, that is going to affect your current relationship. Okay. That's energy from a previous relationship that you are bringing into your current space. If that is an ex, you guys, I don't care if he bought you, a bag. I don't care if he bought you an outfit. I don't care what it is that you got from that relationship. You have to learn how to X out all of that stuff. We got to stop holding on to things for sentimental value, because nothing should be sentimental about a relationship that didn't work. Okay, unless he passed away. You know what I'm saying? If he's somebody, now see, that's the only pass I give people. If he's someone who passed away and you didn't have a way to, end that relationship, or you are unable to heal with him directly, that's the only ex that I would say you can hold on to sentimental things, because sometimes that could have been a fiance or a husband or somebody who you were working towards a healthier relationship with that may have suddenly passed away. So yeah, you get a pass. Now, if it's your ex that have passed away, y'all, then okay. You know what I'm saying? That's sentimental, and that is considered memorabilia. But please stop keeping, if you are trying to get in a new relationship, get the energy of your ex out of your bedroom. Okay? For those of us who are married, shame on you. You should not be having that man picture or nothing stored up in anything. If you know he bought you that dress, why are you wearing it out with your husband? Okay, why is you still carrying around this purse when you got a whole new man? All right, y'all gonna have to let some things go. It's hoarding, okay? It's hoarding, right? So we want to get rid of anything related to the ex, or anything related or connected to relationships that we know did not have a great ending. Even if you're still friends with the ex, you guys, it's still not okay to hold on to that energy and bring that energy into your next relationship, because the last thing you want to do is move in with a dude and you guys are together and now you are looking or having to sleep on the sheets that his ex bought. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, I will hope so. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, oh, this is sentimental to me. My ex bought these sheets. I'm never going to get rid of them. That wouldn't make you feel good as a woman, okay? I would be like, well, you about to get rid of me. You going to get rid of me or these sheets? Which one? Okay? Pick or choose. So yes, you guys, it's kind of like that type of energy. You want to get rid of anything that reminds you of the ex, anything that you have that you're holding on. Donate it. You don't have to burn it. You don't have to Angela Bassett it and, you don't have to do all of that. No, but what you do have to do is dispose of energy of things that did not work out from the past, because it's going to constantly bring up reminders, okay? And when you're single and you're trying to move on to somebody else, it's hard to do that when you're holding on to energy or outdated energy that is still within your home, okay? Your bedroom especially, right? So we're talking about, how is your house high or low vibrational? Okay, and how you would find out and what you need to do to increase the frequency of the house. Hey, Anisha, hey, y'all, hey to everyone who's tuned up in too. Hey, y'all, we are talking about the house today, you guys. Your house, is it high or low vibrational? Excuse me, this is very critical because this affects, okay, your life. You guys, your house affects your life, okay? So moving into the bedroom, you guys, still staying in the bedroom, I would definitely say we want to get rid of things that belong to the ex or of the ex, okay? If you are single, now, if you are somebody who's single and you are looking to have a relationship, let's say you don't mind being in a relationship, right? You don't mind being booed up. You're actually out there, you dating, you got your top 5. Now, if you single and you ain't got your top 5, I don't know how to help you, okay? I'm telling you now, y'all got to stop trying to play wife when you're the girlfriend. Be the girlfriend. Have fun. Trust me. When you become the wife, trust me, you got a long time, okay, to be the wife. So be the girlfriend as long as you can. Okay, that's like telling teenagers, like, stay young and not have to pay bills. Enjoy them 18 years. Don't be trying to rush and work and get a job and pay bills. What? Enjoy being taken care of. Okay, enjoy that life. So when it comes to the single folk, date, okay? Make yourself available, right? So anywho, if you are single out there and you are trying to mingle, you guys, what you want to do is you want to get used to making space for your significant other, okay? Leave a drawer where you don't put nothing in it. That's the drawer for your man or your woman, okay? When you're looking for a relationship, because you're letting the universe know, hey, I'm open to a relationship. I'm open to a heavier commitment, I'm open to moving towards something more, boom. So what you want to do is you you want to leave space, right? If you have a home where there's double sinks and everything, you know what I'm saying? Put like an empty toothbrush holder over there for him, even though he's not there yet. You don't know who he is or when he's coming. Put like a toothbrush, an empty toothbrush holder over there for him. Really get used to sharing your space, because I think when you're single, the one thing about the reason a lot of us like to stay single is because we like, oh, I like my space. I like my space. Well, you have to break yourself out of that habit, because if you saying you like your space, the universe says, hey, don't send her nobody, because she likes space. Okay. She like being by herself. She like having a whole room to herself. So we're not going to send her anybody. Okay. So you want to let the universe know that you are looking for love. Okay. You want to let them know, hey, I am looking for love. I am open to a relationship. I am open to a deeper commitment. Right. So if you are single, get used to leaving one of those dresser drawers, just one little dresser drawer, just leave that empty and put that, maybe you want to put something in there like, something very loving, you know what I'm saying? Like a heart, shape something or whatever. You can probably go to Ross or TJ Maxx and get a new pair of boxes and just put them in there, just really prepare yourself. That just letting yourself know you're taking steps towards manifesting a very loving and very sincere and committed relationship. Okay. That's for all my single ladies. Now, for my married, folk out here, for all the married folk out here, listen. We know we have to share. So what you want to do is open yourself up, because you want this relationship, you want this household to become better. So you want to open yourself up to say, hey, honey, I realized I have majority of the closet. I actually took half of my clothes off and I made more space for you. Okay. Really sharing. You got to get used to the idea that a partnership is about compromising. It's about sharing so both feel equal. Whether he used his space or not, let him have it. Okay. Don't go, but you only got 4 pair of pants. Let him have his space. Okay. I, Siren, am guilty of that, okay? Because when they make space, honey, he could have his clothes in the cleanest. I'm putting clothes in his little slot, honey. Yes, I am, okay? But I did good for a while. I really did. I did good for a long time. I say I'm gonna let they have his space, okay? I'm gonna let him have his space. So when you're married, when you're in a committed relationship, whether you're married or not, and you're living with someone, you want to balance out that energy. You don't want to feel like you're invading his space, and you don't want to feel like he's invading your space. Okay. So you want to go in, you want to evaluate that bedroom, and you want to make sure that you are that you both have enough, space for one another, so that you're not, stepping on each other inside of that space. Right. So, like I said, whether he used them dresser drawers or not, let him have it. Okay. You got your half, and it teaches you to, use discernment. It teaches you to be more responsible, okay, with your money, because the minute we get more space, we buy more dresses. Okay. We buy more shoes, and we got to get them in every color if we really like them, so it's going to teach you to pull back. Right. So other things when it comes to the bedroom, you guys, is having loving and balanced furniture, right? So when it comes to like colors and things of that nature, as women, especially those of us who are married, we tend to, we'll come home with a pink and white heart bedroom set quick, It's cute. We'll come home with a nice pink comforter and some satin sheets and stuff like that. You want to keep the energy very neutral. You don't want it to be all your energy. You don't want it to be all his energy. You want to bring about neutral colors. You want to bring about neutral textures. Okay. You want to bring it to a point where somebody can come in and say, well, I don't know if this room belongs to a man or a woman, because it's very neutral. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you are incorporating, when it comes to the decorating of that room, you want to bring about very neutral color palettes, very neutral textures, neutral energies, to where you're not, stepping too far in his energy and he's not stepping too far. The room isn't too feminine. It isn't too masculine. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that that room is very balanced, right? So this is whether you are single or whether you are, now if you're single and you feel like I ain't trying to have nobody, you are entitled to a pink bedroom if that's what you want. If you want a Hello Kitty, a Barbie, whatever it is, if you want that type of bedroom, then you are entitled to have that. But the minute you get ready for a significant other, the minute you say, you know what, I'm ready to take this relationship to the next level, you're going to have to be ready to compromise. You're going to have to be ready to shift and change that room, honey, and get that Hello Kitty off of that bed. Oh, well, not that one, but you want to get that sheet set off of that bed, honey, and get it ready for him to come there and feel very comfortable while he's there. Okay. When it comes to colors and textures and things of that nature, keep it very neutral. When you want a happy relationship, when you want a balanced relationship, you want to keep that room nice and neutral. So when he walk in that room, he feels comfortable. When you walk in that room, you feel comfortable. Okay. When it comes to like pictures and stuff, now listen, there are what you don't want to put in a bedroom. I'm going to tell you what you never want to put in a bedroom. If you decide to put in pictures of, like, let's say the ocean or the sea, or animals, you know, because some of us want to bring out that inner, you know, that cougar, you know, in us. It's okay, long as they are in a loving, okay, type of portrait. You don't want to bring in a portrait where the animals are, where they're fighting each other, because then you guys will have a lot of conflicts in that room. It will bring a lot of tension in that room. So we don't want anything that's going to represent some type of chaos or battle or things of that nature. You don't even want a picture of animals like running, like stampeding or things of that nature. You want something where maybe, you know, it's a lion, you know, and then, you know, there she is, and then the little cubs laying around them, and they just all like laying down like this. You know how they do, right? You know, you want some very loving type of energy. So you want pictures of animals that are kissing or hugging, or, you know, how they dig in each other's hair and stuff and give each other massages and things of that nature. You want to bring in those type of pictures, you guys. When it comes to any type of water photos or things, you don't want water that's rough. You don't want the wave hitting like douche. You know what I'm saying? You don't want those type of, you want a nice subtle flow. You want a nice flow. You know, you want the water to look very serene and tranquil. You want the sun to be shining on top of the water, you know, healing, bringing a lot of light and clarity. You want to bring in those type of pictures inside of the bedroom. When you are in a relationship, you don't want to put pictures of just you. If you put a photo of just you, that means you will put a photo of you on his nightstand and a photo of him on your nightstand. We got to balance this energy out. We don't want to have a lot of pictures of us single, because then that represents being single. Okay. And if you're married, you're not trying to be living, single. All right. So you really want to hold on to that relationship. So you want to bring in pictures of times where y'all were celebrating each other. You know, maybe it was your birthday or his birthday, and, you know, y'all had a great celebration and y'all took a look, you know, took a cute little selfie, or maybe some actual professional photos that you guys may get done or things of that nature. But you definitely want to put pictures of the two of you together, okay, and looking very happy and maybe very celebratory moments, okay? Any type of photo of the both of you together would be just fine. Now, when you are single, I would strongly suggest getting like a blank photo picture, a portrait, what they call it, picture photo frame, picture frame, and I will put him, just the word him, right inside of there. Okay, my man, my boo. You know what I'm saying? A cute little picture frame. I mean, nothing in there, just the word my boo. Okay, that way you're getting yourself used to, you know, him being there. You're getting yourself used to this loving relationship that you are manifesting. You're getting yourself used to someone else's energy being in that room. This will break a lot of us who are single out of that selfish, okay, phase that we go through, because we be living on our own for so long, and we take care of ourselves and we pay our bills for so long that we get, you know, a little selfish when it comes to someone who's moving in or trying to merge, okay, in with us and on us. So, getting yourself ready. Single women, get that room ready for him. Okay. Single men, get that room ready for her. Right. Like I said, get that photo frame ready, put him or her on right on there, and then get that dresser drawer ready, get that bathroom set up to where you go and you buy two toothbrush holders as opposed to one. That way if as they come over and spend more time, they will feel invited. They will feel like, okay, well, I could see myself living here, and I could see us doing something. I could see us making this work. The last thing you want is somebody coming over there and they don't feel invited. You got one set of towels. Okay. You have no extra, nothing that shows that you're ready to invite someone else into your life. All right. So you don't want to put that in your bedroom, okay? Crazy photos and things of that nature. What you don't want to put, you do want to incorporate some plants. So, roses, of course. Roses are the most beautiful flower that you can invite to represent love, maybe some lavender. What you don't want to put is spiky plants. You don't want to put like some aloe up in there, some cactus and things up in there. You don't want to put those type of energies up in there unless you are doing some sort of protection work and cleansing work in the room. And we'll talk about that on a whole other live. Okay. So, you want to put some loving flowers up in there. I would prefer live flowers because when it comes to live flowers, you have to take care of them. You have to nurture them. And that energy of nurturing in that room is going to be very much needed. Okay. Because you definitely want somebody who's going to be able to nurture you when you need it. And you want somebody who you'll feel comfortable nurturing when they are in need of it as well. So bringing about a very loving environment, a very nurturing environment. So when it comes to your bedroom, if you don't have these things already set up inside of your bedroom, you can see where and how it is that your house is showing you that your relationship could be a little chaotic. Okay. You can see why we're arguing, why we're bickering, and why we sleep back to back, why he's on the sofa and why I'm in the bedroom. That's just the most uncomfortable way of living. I feel like we all deserve love, and we should be able to feel loved every day by the person who we have decided to spend, that time with, you guys. So this is what you want to do when you want to bring about changes. You can't tell him, oh, you need to change, or I don't like this about you. Clean that room up. You want that relationship to change, okay? Let the universe know. The universe will work on him. The universe will work on you. But when you want that relationship to change and to get better, work on that bedroom. Bring about more loving energy into your love life. That bedroom represents your love life. And the way you keep it is what you tell in the universe you want your love life to be like, okay? So if you want a healthier, nice, smooth, loving, nurturing type of relationship, let your bedroom show that that's exactly what it is that you want, okay? So let me see. Anybody have any questions? Hey to everyone who's tuned up and too. Anybody, if y'all have any questions, make sure y'all put them down in the chat. Okay. We are going to be addressing them as they go up inside. All right. Of the chat. So, yes. All right. So now we're looking into the family. Okay. So let's go out of the bedroom, you guys. We've talked about that. We're going to talk about the bathroom. So that's why I didn't go into the bathroom just yet. We're going to talk about the bathroom, but let's move into the living room. Okay. We're going to look at the family room, right? So if you are someone who has kids, whether you are single or in a relationship, okay, your family room is very critical. It shows your parenting skills. It shows your relationship with your children. It shows your history, okay, of your family with, your siblings, your parents, and, outside family members. But it's very critical to show what's going on in your inner family, which means you as a mother, or, if you don't have any children, it shows you and your connection to your family, okay? So whether your family is immediate or whether it is your outside or general family, it doesn't matter. Your family room is going to show how much or how close you are or how loving of a family it is that you have. Now, when it comes to the family room, you guys, furniture is very critical up in there. One thing you don't want is weird furniture in a weird spot. Okay. I've seen some people show me pictures of their house, honey, when I do consultations, and I'm like, why is that chair right there? Why is the sofa facing that way? Why is this sofa on that wall? Why is this TV right here? What? The energy in your family room, you guys, it shows how safe you guys are. It shows if there's outside energies roaming through your family room and things of that nature. So you definitely want to make sure that when it comes to your family room, you're presenting a very loving, a very open environment. You don't want your family room to be too junked up, too much furniture in there, just too much going on, because that shows that the conversations amongst your family is not very good. Okay. People are keeping secrets, or maybe the kids don't feel comfortable talking to you, or maybe you don't feel comfortable talking to family members. It shows that the communication is not the best. Okay. So you definitely want to keep that family room nice and open. You want the family to have enough energy or enough space for everyone to come in and come together and have a loving environment. Okay. Or a loving conversation. It is where your family comes together. That's why it is called the family room. It is where everybody comes to discuss, you know, the household agenda, or what we all did for the day, or what we have going on, you know, or whatever it is that you have when it comes to your family room. You want to be able to use your family room, especially if you are married with children. Your family room should be where everybody come together and talk. As a parent, as a mother, especially, you want to have a family room where you at least once a month, okay, bring the whole family together. Family meeting, everybody. We need to have family meetings, okay? I myself have my family meetings in our dining area, because our living room, our sofa had got messed up from a flood that we had. And I just didn't feel like replacing it because we're getting ready to move. But anywho, yes, so you want to have a loving family room, you guys, where you guys can come together and where you can have nice, healthy meetings, being able to sit with one another, being able to come together as a family to discuss, you know, some things. And you definitely want to have family meetings when you have teenagers. Okay? When you have teenagers, you got to be all up and through their head. You got to know their lingo and how to talk to them, you know, and you got to open up a space to where they feel comfortable, you know, talking about what it is that they're experiencing, what it is that they're going through, along with any of your other children, okay, as well as your husband. We want to get him to open up. We want to get everybody to be able to come together, sit in this space, and have a healthy conversation, okay? So that is definitely a must, and that should be a priority. So you want to have furniture in that area that suits enough space for everybody to come sit together. If you have a big family, then you got to have enough furniture in there for the entire family to come have a seat and have a conversation. Okay. If you feel like a family meeting is not necessary, or, you know, things of that nature, then you will have an empty living room. Okay. You have an empty, like, I don't care if there's furniture in there. I don't care if nothing in there, you know, we don't go in there and things of that. Y'all, we want to literally increase our life, our experience. And these are small gestures and small things that you all can do to increase your life, to increase, you know, your vibration and your connection. So a family room is very, very, very healthy. Now, when it comes to the family room, you guys, okay, there are certain colors. Remember, you want to focus on certain colors. I know a lot of us, we probably live in rental properties and things of that nature. So naturally, there's like an eggshell, you know, white that they will paint majority of the homes once you move into these homes, which is a very good color. Excuse me, it's not white, you know, so it's not like, you know, insane room white. It's a nice white, but introducing the right colors into your living room, you guys, is very, very, very important. Now, I love like nice shades of blue. You don't have to do it to them people wall. You can leave their wall a nice eggshell white, but you can have like blue throw pillows and things of that nature. The reason I love a nice blue is because blue is a color of communication. It opens up communication. Nice shades of blue. You can have a blue green. You can have a blue gray. You know, gray is a neutral color too that you guys can introduce in your living space when you're wanting to have healthy conversations, because gray is an energy of neutralizing. So it's like when conversations get kind of rowdy, maybe there's some sort of, you know, issue going on and we having a family meeting and, you know, it's a lot of this. Gray is a color that's going to make everybody feel like, okay, let me sit, let me wait my turn to speak, and let me not talk too loud. Okay. So this is about you decorating your home, and this is about you setting up your home for success. Okay, this is about you setting up your home so that you are not only a successful person in that environment, but you are surrounded by others, okay, even your children, who are contributing towards the success of the family, because now you guys are a team. Okay, you are a team, and the last thing you want is a team member who you mad at, or they mad at you, or y'all barely talk, or the child stays closed away in the room, the husband got his part of the house, you and your part of the house. Okay, I don't think, this is just Siren speaking, I don't think a man, a husband, or a wife, okay, should have a she shed or a man cave until you guys have been married at least 20 years. Why? Because that gives them an escape, okay? That gives them a place to escape. And when you guys have a place that you can escape, you will avoid heavy conversations. Okay. So you're kind of giving that significant other a way out. Like, okay, this is my room I go to when I don't want to be bothered. No, you don't get that privilege just yet. When you've been in this connection at least 20 years, in this marriage at least 20 years, you've been living with me for 20 years or more. Now you can get a man cave because, now that is an area that you go to, partake in maybe your hobby or your enjoyment room or, whatever it is that you like to do in your spare time, play video games and things of that nature. But we don't want to give a man cave or a she shed prematurely because that gives us a way to escape situations in the relationship. And we don't want to get to that level until we have mastered how we handle our arguments. I don't want you going nowhere. We're going to sit here and we're going to deal with this. Okay. We're not going to have this argument in the bedroom. We're going to go out into the living room. Okay, because that living room is set up to neutralize every conversation that takes place because you got the right colors, you got the right pictures, you got the right flowers, you got the right energy in there to go ahead and control that conversation. So you definitely want to bring everybody into that family room that you got set up and that you got ready to, bring about success. So when you are single, okay, and you're like, okay, listen, I don't have a big family, it's just me. What you want to do is when you're frustrated, you want to stay out of your bedroom because you don't want to bring that energy into, your bedroom or your love life, right? What you want to do is you want to take yourself inside of the living room, right? You want to make sure that, you have your living room set up with maybe some nice healthy books, some nice healthy plants, something that works for you. Plants that you like, books that you like to read, pictures, okay, around of you when you were happy, right? If you're single, you want to have all type of pictures of you and your family. So when you do go sit in your living room and you grab that throw pillow and you just sit back on a chair like this because you're mad, because you had a bad day, it can help to neutralize that energy when you're surrounded by a lot of positive energy, when you're surrounded by, maybe some sort of achievement. You know what I'm saying? If you graduated, put that picture right there. When you bought your first car, put that picture up right there. We want to start to, that's why I say you got to find a way to celebrate yourself every day and record these achievements because they're great avenues for you to take when you're feeling down, when you're going through things, when you feel like, oh God, I'm going through a dark hole right now. You can now look at your achievements and you'll have something that can cheer you up, right? So when you're single, you guys, you want to have that living room set up to show like, maybe it's a table that you bought. You're like, oh, this is a cute dining room. Like end table or coffee table. You know what I'm saying? That you have up and through. And when you sit there and you just look at your house and your achievements and the fact that you have a place to stay, your place is fully furnished or whatever it is that you have up and through, you want a living space that's going to make you feel good. Okay. Something that's going to help you to feel better on your down days. Sit on your sofa, have you a nice, cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? Have it set up and you want to have like a nice teacup, you guys. I strongly would suggest that you guys invest in a nice teacup, okay? Because you don't want to be sitting there mad and having a drink out of something like this, okay? It don't create the vibe, right? So you want to get you a nice healthy vibe, y'all. Get you a nice teacup so when you do make some tea and get you a nice coffee mug so when you do want some coffee, or some hot cocoa or whatever it is, you want to create that whole vibe, right? Teacups, nice, beautiful ones. You can get them from Amazon. They real cute, sexy. They got some that come with a little spoon and a little plate that it comes on. Listen, you have a whole vibe. Okay, trust me. All of this really helps when you're going through it. Okay, so colors you want to put in your living room, you guys, are very neutral colors, okay? You want to put in pictures of the family. So if you're single, put in pictures of your family, your mother, y'all Thanksgiving, whatever. When you're married, you definitely want to put in pictures of, your mother, his mother. You want to put up pictures of your kids' achievements and things of that nature, bringing the energy of family into the family room. When it comes to plants and stuff, you want to bring about very loving, maybe plants that, kind of fall over a little bit, those little vines and stuff, you guys, are very good because it represents longevity. It represents generations. Okay. So now you're bringing about a generational energy of family in that family room. having like books and stuff. I know we're straying away from books because books are becoming like throwback or whatever, but I love to have a nice magazine, you guys. I love to have a nice, book, because my kids, I think like, this is just the magazines I used to look at back in the day. I still have some of them, and my kids look at it and they like, wow, this is what y'all dressed like back then. Like, I love In Style magazines from like 97, 98, 99, 2000. They're looking like, oh my God. They're like, this cute. And I'm sitting in my living room having a great conversation with my daughters who are way younger than me. And we're looking at styles from 2002. And we're having very good, healthy conversations because they're seeing like, oh, I didn't know this was out back then. I'm like, yes, y'all think y'all invented that? We're having very loving conversations off of just having magazines there. Okay. So yeah, you want to bring about great colors. You want to bring about great living plants, you guys. You want to avoid those spiky plants. Okay. Unless you are having a lot of like, outside energy, dark energy in your house. That's the only time I would recommend that you bring in some spiky plants like cactus. Okay. And things of that nature. When it comes to mirrors, you guys notice I haven't said anything about mirrors. First of all, you don't want any mirrors in the bedroom. Okay. Skirt. You also really don't want a TV in the bedroom, but I know that's kind of hard nowadays where TVs are just like our form of entertainment. Okay. It's nothing like a Netflix and chill day. So you just want to make sure, if you have your TV in your bedroom that, you turn it off. You also want to make sure that the camera on your television, okay, is off or covered up as well, along with the speaker, the microphone. Okay. Because you can talk to your TV and it can hear you. So that microphone, you want to have that on off as well. All right. When it comes to mirrors in the living room, you guys, you got to be very critical as to where you place a mirror in your living room. When you look in your mirror, whatever is reflecting back to you, that's what you want to focus on. If you put the mirror right here, what is reflecting back? What is this mirror reflecting back? Is it reflecting back, your shoes that are on the floor? Is it reflecting a horrible, angle of the house? Does it make the house feel closed in, or does it open up the house? You got to be very specific as to where you place mirrors in your house. You definitely want any mirror that you place inside of the house, to place it in an area that makes the house feel bigger, because that brings about an energy of expansion. That brings about an energy of growth. Okay. You don't want that mirror reflecting a part of your house that, you just like, oh, that looks crazy. So when you put that mirror up, I want you to step back, looking at what you see. Okay. If you like that it shows off a nice, corner that you have with a beautiful flower or a plant that you have in that corner, a little table set up. If it shows something nice, then keep it there. Okay. No angry animal pictures. I told you, no fighting animals, no racing animals. You want animals that bring about a nice representation of the animal. You want to research, the meaning of that animal before you place that picture in your house to see if those are the energies that you want to bring in your house. You want to make sure that good things. Let's talk about some good things you can bring into the living room or the living space, you guys. I would have to say like a water fountain. Okay. A fish tank is something good that you can put in there, because water is a very flowing energy. It's a very calming energy. Okay. So wherever water flows, abundance goes. So you definitely want to bring about some sort of water fountain or some sort of fish tank, you guys. You definitely want to make sure that you keep it clean. Okay. That's the only thing. Water are just like plants. You got to keep that water fountain clean. Don't put it there and then just let it clog up and get all the water all murky and stuff. Don't do that, because you're going to tear your finances up. Okay. I would recommend a water fountain or a fish tank in a home, especially in a living room when you have kids, because water represents abundance. Okay. It represents a flow of energy, and this can help to bring about success, not just in the life of you, but in the life of your kids, especially if they're in school, if they're in college, wherever it is that they are, in their life. If they're working, children at this point, maybe they're 18, 19 now, they're working, but they come home to their house with you still. You want to bring about that type of energy to keep everyone's finances flowing. Okay. We don't want nobody losing their job or getting kicked out of school and things of that nature. So water fountains, especially. And then you have fish tanks that you can bring in. You can put in a small fish tank. It don't have to be anything big and extravagant. It could be a nice small fish tank that you can put inside of that, room. Now, when you put it inside of the living room, okay, you want to put it in the southeast area of the living room or the north area, okay? The southeast, if you want it to represent success and prosperity, you want everybody to have a job, or you want the kids to bring home good grades and things of that nature. And you can put it in the north area when you are pushing for everyone to just have overall good energy, okay, in every area of their life, right? We want to keep everybody moving towards that north, that futuristic type of energy. All right. Hey Terrence, hey y'all, hey everyone, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to this channel and put your notifications on, okay? So make sure y'all hit the subscribe button for this particular channel right here, okay? So that you guys can be notified, and just a little something else I might do for my subscribers. Y'all know how I am. But anywho, shout out to y'all and thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, we're talking about the house today. Right now, we're in the living room, you guys. We want to talk about, those colors, bringing things in there. Nice plants. I tell you guys, bring some plants. You can put gemstones, inside of your living room as well. Since it is an area that we want to communicate and conversate or converse, I would say blue stones like sodalite, okay, lapis lazuli, blue aventurine, any type of celestite, angelite. These are all great stones. Let me see if I have a this is a blue angelite, you guys. Okay, you see it's very soft and calming. You want blues because, like I said, you want open conversation or open communication. This is a sodalite ring right here. So just taking this and placing it on your, end table, right on top of like a magazine. This is kyanite. Okay, this is a piece of kyanite. Right, these are all blue stones that you can introduce, you guys, into your living room. If you want to add one and just put a piece, in the living room, on the fireplace, maybe on the mantle, or on, on top of a book, on top of your end table or something, incorporating that energy there. All right, so let's move into the bathroom. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the bathroom, y'all. Ooch. All right, so when it comes to the bathroom, you guys, the bathroom holds the strongest and the worst energy in the household. The bathroom is like the garbage, okay, can of the house. This is why we have to make sure that bathroom is very critically clean. You want to be very careful with what energies, what colors you put in there. You definitely want to stick with light colors, very I would say to incorporate more of like a earthly energy when it comes to the water, because earth and water tends to, blend together and mesh together really well. You don't want to put a fire energy in that bathroom, you guys, because, it can just attract some, maybe you don't feel comfortable when you go to the bathroom. It could cause some constipation, okay, when you got that fire up. When it comes to the bathroom, you guys, it holds the worst energy. First things first, you want to always keep the bathroom mirror clean. Okay, keep that bathroom mirror clean like it's nobody's business. We all know mirrors are portals. Okay, mirrors reflect the other side. Okay, that's just what it is, whether you want to listen to that, believe that or not. Mirrors are portals. Okay, and portals are something that can bring energy or take energy. So there can be let's say on the other side of that portal, okay, a portal is an activation where there's two sides, okay, you either go through this way or you go through that way. When it comes to your mirror, if your mirror is dirty, it can, you know what I'm saying? It can absorb energy out of your bathroom. Bathroom is where the water runs majority of the time. You got to take baths in there. You got to wash your face. You got to brush your teeth. You got to flush the toilet. Okay. You got to wash your hands. There's a lot of water energy going on in that bathroom, which means that when it comes to that water energy, we're looking at a very cleaning energy. We're looking at a very serene energy. So we definitely want to make sure that, we're keeping that energy very positive, very clean. When that mirror is dirty, you guys, energy can be drained, okay, from that bathroom. And we don't want the water energy to be drained because whether you know it or not, water is connected to your finances. The bathroom is the one area of your house that shows where your finances are, okay? Either your finances are going to be up or down. Keep that bathroom clean, keep that bathroom spotless, okay? When the mirror is dirty, energy can be pulled, which means your finances can be pulled. They can become drained. You also want to make sure that you keep your toilet clean. Keep the inside of that toilet bowl spotless, okay? Because again, it goes down like this. It's a spiral, which means it's taking energy every time you flush your toilet. You're flushing what you don't want down, urine or whatever you put in that toilet. You don't want that sitting around in that toilet. So the toilet is going to come through and it's going to take away whatever you don't want. So that's why you want the inside of that toilet bowl real clean, okay? Excuse me. We want to make sure that the sinks are clean. We want to make sure that, you know, the clogs, the drains are not clogged up. If your drains are clogged up, you guys, that is a telltale sign that your finances are about to be backed up. You're about to go through some sort of financial trouble. It can be an unexpected bill that may come. You know, you may need new tires all of a sudden. You may burst a tire. You know, anything can happen. You know, your washer and dryer may go out. Now you got to repair that or fix that. So when your bathroom is clogged up, you want to make sure that you address that quickly. Do not live in a house where the drains are slow, okay, or clogged up. Your tub, your toilet, your sink, you want to keep those energies clean. You want to keep that water running like it's nobody's business, okay? So this is why you want to be careful what it is that you're putting in that sink, what it is that you're putting in that toilet, okay? Don't be flushing all type of heavy stuff down there to get it all clogged and backed up. You want to keep it open. All right. When it comes to the decoration of the bathroom, like I say, I would prefer more earthy, you know, type of colors, you guys, like a sage green and like a taupe, you know, with a hint of like a mustard yellow, you know, colors that represent nature. Bringing about pictures of the forest inside of a bathroom would be good because the forest represents healing. Okay. The forest in the spirit realm is the hospital. Okay. So when people go to the forest, they go there to heal, right? So bringing energies of the forest, you know, nice plants, you guys, you want to put nice, healthy plants. If you can't put like a real plant, you can get like a, you know, a little fake plant or whatever, but bringing about a lot of that woodsy forest type of energy, because that forest is going to be the energy you need to heal your finances. Okay. Water is connected, or the bathroom is connected to the finances of the household. Okay. So, you know, even when it comes to guest bathroom or whatever, you know, you want to keep that bathroom clean. You don't want people leaving anything behind or, you know, messing up your bathroom, wherever it is. Make sure those bathrooms are very much so well taken care of, you guys. I would really suggest keeping a bathroom very neutral. Like I said, you don't want any dark colors because you don't want any mysterious energy around your success or your money, you know, or your finances and stuff like that. I would strongly suggest that you guys, you know, keep nice neutral colors in your bathroom. You don't want anything too heavy. You don't really want to introduce a color like red in the bathroom because red represents the root chakra. It's a very dense energy and it can create obstacles around your finances. So that's the last thing we don't. It'll be like rocking all red bathroom will be like, you know, not making that much money, or, you know, getting a pay cut, or, you know, just bringing spending more than you make. Okay. That's a very uncomfortable way to live. So keeping red out of the bathroom, dark colors, like a very dark, like burgundy. Burgundy is very mysterious, or like maroon. They're very mysterious, which means it can be very hidden energy around your finances, okay, or around your resources. And you don't want that. You don't want outside forces or hidden energies to come in and manipulate your finances or your resources, okay? So you definitely want to make sure that you're introducing a nice, serene, okay, bathroom. If you do want to incorporate gemstones in your bathroom, fluorite, I don't put majority of mine up, but fluorite is a great stone because it is a purifying stone. It's one of my favorite stones to keep in the bathroom because when you bring fluorite in the bathroom, it takes all low vibrational energies and it purifies it, okay? It's like a natural humidifier, okay? Like a gemstone humidifier, right? So you can keep colors like a gray in a bathroom set. Like I say, a nice sage green. You don't want, you know, too dark of colors. You want to stick with nice earthy colors, you guys, and earthy vibes in that bathroom because earth and water are like the two besties. Okay. That's like that twin flame energy, earth and water. Okay. Because everything that you plant, every seed that you plant, what it takes to make it grow, the water. Okay. So that's why though it don't take fire to make that seed grow. You know, it don't take air to make that seed grow. It takes water to make that seed grow. So when your water or your bathroom is in a great energy and a great frequency and you got it set up right, your finances should be fine. Okay, your finances should be on point. You should be able to take care of every bill come through your house, have extra money to travel, extra money saved, and investments. Okay, so if you want to know why your finances all messed up, go look at your bathroom. Go look at your bathroom. Even if it's clean and spotless, what colors are you having in there? You know what I'm saying? Are those colors too dark? Are they too dense? You don't want heavy, dark colors in your bathroom, because like I said, that's going to bring about more hard times. You know what I'm saying? So you want to lighten that energy, and you want to balance it out with that earth energy and bring about as many live plants as you can in there. Like I say, colors and pictures of the forest, you guys. Like, you want to feel like you're in nature. You want to feel like you're in some serene environment where that water just flowing through like a little creek in the forest. You know, you want it nice and like a river, I would say, not a creek, but I would say like a nice river, you know, that river water where it's constantly running and constantly flowing, and you're surrounded by nature, surrounded by trees and stuff like that, y'all. This is the type of energy. So if you can find some great pictures of, you know, like a bathroom, you know, you can find great pictures of like a clean tub, or, you know how they have them pictures with a woman, she's in the tub sitting, or, you know, pictures of just like a nice bathroom setup, or like I say, bringing about some earthy or some woods or the forest, or, you know, nice trees and stuff like that. Listen, that's the most bomb energy you can put in your bathroom. Okay. So keep it light and airy, you guys. You don't want to put too much in your bathroom. Of course, you want to decorate it and stuff like that. Have your nice towels. You don't want to leave like the towel holders. Don't leave them blank. Get some nice towels, y'all. Okay, you could go anywhere and get some nice towels. Do not leave the areas in your bathroom blank, okay? Because you're leaving that space open for any type of energy. You want to use every bit of space that you can in your bathroom. You want to keep some toilet paper on a toilet paper roll. I'm telling y'all, little petty stuff that we take for granted, this stuff makes a major difference in your life. And when we're talking about the bathroom, which is where your finances are, you definitely want to make sure that that part of your house is on point. Okay, I know for those of us who are mommies, we have kids, make sure they flush the toilet. It's nothing like going in the bathroom and piss, okay, or something else is in that toilet. Okay, that shows that there's very dark energy around your finances. Okay, there is some sort of outside energy that is manipulating your finances, and that's what you don't want. Okay, sometimes that can be in the form of, you know, jealousy or envy. Maybe somebody is, you know, side-eyeing you, or somebody is envious of the fact that you living your best life, or maybe they feel like you are, you know, and next thing you know, you got a toilet full of piss. Okay, the first thing I teach my kids when they're in their terrible twos, flush. The minute I teach them to potty, flush, okay, or belt. Okay, flush. Okay, I teach them to flush that toilet. I cannot stand walking in a bathroom that has piss in it. Even when I go in a public restroom and I walk into a restroom that has piss in it, that shows me that, okay, there's something going on with your finances. Okay, you about to run into some sort of emergency where you're gonna have to, you know, take a financial loss on something, or, you know, you may have to pay for something, an unexpected bill. Y'all, I cannot stomach when I walk into a restroom and it's piss or something else in the toilet. Okay, so when it comes to your household, make sure even your significant other knows, flush the toilet. Okay, if that toilet gets backed up, handle that right away. If the sink gets backed up, handle that right away. If the tub gets backed up, when that tub get backed up, this can represent something that's going to affect the entire household. Okay, so we want to make sure that those pipes are draining and that those pipes are flowing. Okay, nothing is backed up, because that means your finances are going to get backed up. Okay, one thing we don't want to put in the bathroom, I know we love a good candle, we love a good serene energy. What I would recommend is getting something like this, okay? These little faux candles, you guys. Let me see. Yes, you see a little faux candle. This is what you want to put in your bathroom if you want a nice serene look and you love a good candle vibe in your bathroom. Even when you turn this off, you guys, it still, you know, gives you that candle look, like a flame, okay? It still gives you that look, all right? So, you know, what you want to do is not put candles in your bathroom. Why? Because if you notice, when you put a good candle in your bathroom that you don't light is there for decoration, you notice a lot of dust will build up in that candle. Last thing you want is dusty energy, because that's what low vibrations love to attach to. Okay, it loves to attach to dusty dirt and all of that stuff. So wherever there's dirt, that means there's low vibrational energy that could be accessing the energy of your restroom. And again, like I said, that's where your finances. The restroom is where your finances are. If your finances are bad, go take a look at your bathroom. Okay. It could be one or the other, either your guest bathroom, the kids' bathroom, or your main bathroom. Okay. So yes, you guys, you don't want to put candles or keep actual live candles in your bathroom because they can hold a lot of low vibrational energy, and they can collect a lot of dust. Okay. So a lot of low vibrational energy is attracted to candles that are not in use. Anything that is not in use like that, you don't want to put it in there like that. Okay. So get you like a faux candle. You can use that in your bathroom, you guys, if you want to create that vibe. All right. So we talked about the bedroom. We talked about the living room. We talked about the bathroom, you guys. We will talk about other parts in the room on another day. We'll talk about, the kitchen, especially, okay, the garage, all right. And we'll talk about other areas of the house because we've been on here long enough and I don't want to be on here, too much. Okay. Too long. Let's talk about the numerology of the day, you guys. We got the number 2020 coming up for us, y'all. This is about positive connections. This is about, bonds, okay, who it is and what it is you're connected to. You need to reevaluate your connections. Now, contracts, when we're talking about connections, we're talking about either people or we're talking about contracts. Meaning if you have a credit card, maybe that interest rate don't went up on it, or maybe the interest rate is just ridiculous and you're like, I should have never got this credit card. That's a connection that you probably need to reevaluate and get out of, okay? Either close the account or just work on paying off that card, you guys, and just, disconnecting yourself, because last thing you want is a credit card where they getting over on you, okay? If you have a bank that charge too many fees, then that's a connection, okay? So when we talk about connections, we're not just talking about friends, significant others, family members. We're talking about connections that you have on a business level, as well. Okay. Partnerships can be some of the apps that y'all setting up with. All right. We're going to have a whole conversation about AI real soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day, but we're going to have a very big conversation about AI as well. But even when it comes to these apps, you guys, I want you guys to understand these words right here: terms and conditions. Okay. That's all I'm going to tell you. When it comes to these apps, if you don't have time to read the terms and conditions, do not sign up for it. Do not sign up for it. Why do you think when you sign up for apps, or the minute you give an app access to you, now all of a sudden you get emails from all these other companies because they done sold your information already? These apps are gaining access to a lot of energy, to a lot of your information, to a lot of your energy, okay? And they're using it. It's in the terms and conditions that we're not reading. We just say, oh, I want to get this app. I want to get this app because, I get freebies and it ain't worth your energy. It's not worth your power. It's not worth your destiny. Okay. These apps are they operating on a whole other agenda. Okay. And we need to understand the agenda before we get involved. So a lot of these bonds are some of the apps that you have on your phone that you need to really look. Okay, let me see what this app is saying. In this app, in this terms and condition, it says, hey, okay, when you utilize this app, please be advised that you are giving us access to your energy. You're giving us access to tap into your brain to see what you like and what you don't like. And we're going to start sending you, coupons for the companies. If you think about pizza for that day, we're going to be able to access your thoughts and we're going to send you coupons for pizza companies, or we're going to send your information over to a pizza company. And now they got your email and now they finna start emailing you. And you just like, what? Why you think your phone is picking up on it? Y'all giving these apps permission to access your auric field, to access your thoughts, okay? To access if you're having a hard day, or to access whatever it is. Even if you don't even have to think about or say something, you can see something, you guys. I mean, I've literally seen it to the point where I would be in a store and I would look at something, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit too long. Next thing I know, that's popping up on my phone. I'm like, oh, hell. I didn't even say nothing. I just saw this shoe in the store. I looked at it. I said, oh, that's cute. I like the color, but it should have been green, and put it back. Next thing I know, that thing popping up in my dang on phone. Okay. So a lot of these apps, you guys, we're giving them access to parts of us that they should not have access to, just for you to have these apps, honey. Y'all got to read the terms and conditions. We're talking about all of these social media apps as well. That's why you do not find Siren on IG. You do not find Siren on Facebook. I have allowed myself to, come over here on YouTube with you guys just to, spread the message and give you guys the advice that I have. But that is it. That is it. Okay. So a lot of you are going to have to go through your apps, y'all. Go through your apps, delete apps that does not serve you. Okay. Delete things that just is not serving you. Go through your credit cards, go through your bank, get in higher vibrational connections, get connected with a bank that offers, more benefits that you can use. Get credit cards that can offer more benefits that you can use. Okay. Connect yourself with people that offer things that you can use that are very valuable to you. All right. So the number 2020 is up for today, and also the number 2222. So we got 2020 and 2222, which is similar to the number from yesterday with those threes. Okay, this is about partnerships. This is about soulmates. This is about karma, and this is about energy exchange. Okay, and it's very crazy that it comes up with this energy of 2020, you guys, because it's about who and what you are exchanging energy with. A lot of us are starting to exchange energy, like I said, with these apps, with these social media platforms. Okay, with people. When you open yourself up to social media, just as I am going live here, there are people who are going to view this that I don't know. I'm putting myself out there for people I don't even physically come in contact with to now be able to access me. Okay. Now be able to see me, now be able to direct energy towards me. I dare them, but it is what it is, but yeah, so, be careful with what it is that you are, exchanging energy with. You guys, I want you to be more aware of your energy. I want you to be more alert when it comes to your energy, and I want you to be more responsible when it comes to your energy. When it comes to apps, I know these people, Chick-fil-A, all of them. Oh, did you get our app? Did you get? I just want to order a sandwich. Why are they giving you all of these benefits for signing up for their app? Why? What is it about this app? What is it about me? Y'all, there's entities behind that app. So what you're signing up with, you're giving in your fee in an entity that you don't even know about. Okay. So that's why I say just be very careful, be very thoughtful. Use discernment when you are connecting and, signing up for things or connecting with these companies. Everybody wants you to go to their app. Everybody wants you to download their app. You got to be a part of this or a member of this and things of that nature. These companies could be damn cults. How do you know? Now y'all want me to sign up, just to be a part. I got to give you my email. I got to sign up and become a member. A member of what? Who wants to be a member of Chick-fil-A? Okay. Why do I have to be a member? A member of what? Why do I want to be a member of Adidas? Why? How do you become a member, of Adidas? Y'all, there are different and other agendas behind a lot of this stuff. So that's why I say we have to be very careful and just use discernment. I'm not saying that everything is bad. No, I'm just saying understand what it is that you're doing and make a decision based on the fact that you know what it is that's really going on. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow or the next day, but I will definitely be back, and I'll see y'all then. Bye, y'all.